Hi, I'm Celia Tanis, owner of Total Relief Footwear, and I want to tell you a little bit more why we're so excited about the Cluffy Wedge. I've been wearing the Cluffy Wedge for about 3 weeks. The first thing I noticed the first week I was wearing them is that my lesser toes and my neuromas hurt much less, and my foot just felt better at the end of the day. Now after 3 weeks, I want to say that my hips feel so great. They feel much lighter. I have a longer stride. Power walking is much more fun because my hips don't feel as tight. So I want to tell you a little bit more about why the Cluffy Wedge works. There are 3 phases to the gait cycle. There's landing on your heel, when you're straight forward, and toeing off. Now, conventional wisdom and conventional orthotics up to this point have addressed heel strike, midfoot with arch support, metatarsal support, but up to this point nobody's addressed the toe off. Well, that is so crucial to the gait cycle because if you can't toe off correctly, your foot is going to compensate by coming around, or your foot may cock and you may roll like this a little bit. So bunions, neuromas, hammer toes, they all play a part in what's going on with your foot, even plantar fasciitis. It is so crucial to get that toe off straight forward. My toes, the first week I noticed that my toes started to straighten. They used to be quite a bit hammered here, and that's because my foot was coming to the outside. Well, that also aggravated my neuroma in this foot. Since then, my toes have straightened out quite a bit. My neuroma basically doesn't hurt. I used to have quite a bit of pain on the top of my foot due to an old injury, and that's gone away. When I power walk, I have a much longer stride because I can toe off, so that means there's a longer stride coming from the hips down. So let me show you what that really means and how the toe locks up without a Cluffy Wedge. Daniel's going to talk to you a little bit about what's going to go on here.
Okay, this is our Cluffy Wedge test. It's basically a foot, in most cases. The big toe will have really good flexibility to it. It's very rare to have somebody with a toe that totally locks up on them. But what happens when you have weight coming down on the foot, on the toe off, which is what this simulates, the toe kind of locks up and doesn't move as well. So what Dr. Clough found out was that if you kind of wedge that toe up a little bit when it's still in a relaxed state, when it comes down on the toe off, you still have that flexibility.
So the simple little product that Dr. Clough made is quite profound. The difference that I've noticed in the last 3 weeks has been major and significant. I know Daniel says he's also felt the difference of wearing a Cluffy Wedge in his shoes or not.
Yeah, and I don't actually notice it mostly in the shoes when I'm wearing the Cluffy Wedge as much as I notice the difference in how my foot mechanics are in the shoes that don't have the Cluffy Wedge in them, because now that I'm used to this sort of feeling underneath my toes, I can feel that the toes are more relaxed, the toe off is a lot more smooth, and the big thing is when I get into other shoes or I'm barefoot, I can really kind of feel that toe lock up, and I don't have that same degree of flexibility, so I'm feeling much more comfortable with the Cluffy Wedge.
So we've noticed this with the customers that have come in so far and have tried the Cluffy Wedge. We're getting some awesome feedback about how people are feeling. So this is just the continuing education of what we do in our store, and this is what we will continue to do. Is anytime we find something that we think is significant and how it's going to make you feel, we will definitely bring it in and tell you all about it.